Good morning, everyone. This is Ryan Hayes with Engage121 again for this week's Engage121 product update webinar. As usual, I'm joined by Jennifer McDonald, who will be monitoring your questions throughout the course of this webinar. As a reminder, our phone lines will be closed, so if you do have questions about what you see, please use the questions functionality in the GoToWebinar software to submit your questions, and Jenny will respond to those as we go. Today we're going to try and keep it quick because it is the long weekend coming up, and I'm sure you've all got things that you want to get finished before that. So we're going to go through a couple of things kind of quickly here, starting with we had a request to recap Facebook moderation of posts on Facebook pages. Foursquare Check-ins, we've got a quick little update on that, a new feature that we'll be launching today for emailing a post, and then we have the results from our social flow trial. Some very exciting results there that Jenny will run through for us. So I'm going to start actually in Facebook. And since we're talking about Facebook moderation, I think it's important to recap something that Facebook added about a month or so ago in the as far as admin roles. So Facebook added, it used to be that when you would add someone as an admin or a manager on your page, they had all of the same permissions. There were no different tiers. So by making someone an admin, they were able to remove other admins or add other admins. They had abilities to do everything with the page. They had complete control. So to give some different levels of that, Facebook added some additional tiers. So starting with manager, that's the same admin role that it always has been. You're able to make new admins, manage posts, delete posts, add tabs, all of that sort of thing. That's available right from the beginning. Content creator is the next step down. You're able to do things like post new content, add tabs, moderate posts, create ads, view insights, etc. Then a moderator is able to respond to posts that are already made on the page. They're able to comment, they're able to delete, they're able to like and reply to things that are made on the page and respond to any sort of private messages that the page gets. But they can't do things like add new tabs to the page. They can't do things like creating a new post and things along those lines. And then you have an advertiser who's able to view Facebook Insights data as well as create ads on behalf of the page. Not able to create any new posts, but if they want to do a sponsored story off of a post that was created by one of the other admins, they're able to do that. Or if they're just looking to do a standard platform ad, they have the capability to do that as well. And then the last tier here is an insights analyst, where they're only able to view the insights data for the page. There isn't any other management capabilities they have. They can't create anything. They're just able to view. Now, all of these roles will work in conjunction with Engage121. So Engage121 already provides you with a very robust level of permissioning, who can do what, who's allowed to post, who's not allowed to post, and that sort of thing. But all of these different roles will work in combination with those Engage121 permissioning tools. So if I want to make someone an insight analyst so that they're able to bring up Facebook Insights in the evaluate section, I'm able to do that, but they're still not able to post. Obviously, we can control that with the Engage121 permissioning structure, but it's another level of security in that to ensure that there isn't a chance of them doing something that they shouldn't do. Additionally, if you would like to use Facebook ads through Engage121, we do have to be made, our account has to be made an admin on your page in order to place ads on your behalf. But you can do that as just making us an advertiser. You don't have to make us a full-fledged admin in order to do that. And then going on up the tiers, all of those different things, the moderator, the content creator, and the manager are all roles that will work with Engage121. So you're able to specify what someone can do, allow them to be able to connect their Facebook page on their own, repair their connection if the password has changed or things along those lines. They're still able to manage that connection to their Engage121 login on their own, but they're already controlled in what they're able to do natively on Facebook. So then the Engage121 permissions really come into play. So I'm going to go back to my page here and we'll take a look at a post here that has a comment on it. Now, one thing I can do in this case, natively in Facebook, this is called hiding as spam. For deleting posts, I can remove the posts. So all of that is capabilities that are there in Facebook natively. We have a structure in place to manage that in Engage121 as well, and we're going to be building that out a little bit more in the coming week. So I'm going to start with my Rick's Rolls Facebook page, and I'll see that I have people who this is a private message that was sent to me, and I have the ability to hide that post, to delete it from my messages section. I have someone who posted on my wall, and I can go ahead and hide that post, and that will then remove it from my page. One thing I'll point out that we cannot currently do is if someone mentions us, in this case, this one where it says Rick's Rolls is awesome, that wasn't actually posted on our page. It was someone who posted about us and mentioned the page Rick's Rolls. So that's not something we can remove because it was something that was posted by that user to their profile, not to ours. So we can remove it from the list here natively in Facebook, but that's not something that can be done through the API at this time. So if I refresh my page here, you'll see that the post that I deleted has been deleted here, as it was deleted here in Engage. Now, there are a couple of limitations here when it comes to deleting posts that are made on the page. The primary limitation is that if the post was made to the page by someone else, another admin on the page, that's not something that I can delete through the API. If it was made through my account on the page, I can delete that post. But if it was made by another admin, at this point, Facebook has decided to lock that down as a security measure so that it cannot be deleted through their interface. So the only times that you won't be able to delete a post made to the wall is if it was made by a different admin on the page. But all of the X's here for removing posts will be are available for you in moderating your Facebook page. Now, what we'll be adding this week is the ability for moderating comments on a post. So a wall post is what you can do right now. Comments is something that you will be able to do this week. So deleting a post, you'll be able to delete the comment. You'll also be able to like the comment. We're going to add that functionality in as well. So again, looking to integrate all of the functionality that you can do natively in Facebook as closely as possible through Engage. So that will be coming soon, but I did have a request to recap the moderation functionality that's currently available. And as part of the moderation conversation, one of the things that I do want to point out for everyone who is looking to moderate Facebook is that Facebook does have a block list option already in place. So if you want to say automatically block anything that includes profanity, for example, they have a profanity filter that you can turn on. That will automatically block those posts from going out on your page, kind of a preliminary moderation of the post. Additionally, if there are other terms, if you don't want someone to mention a competitor on your page or something like that, there are additional terms that you can put in. Or if there's a slang term that you don't want used, you can put that in place to moderate automatically posts that are made to your page. And those are tools that are already in place for in Facebook. So next thing we want to run through quickly is the Foursquare Check-ins functionality. We went through this briefly last week, I believe, but we'll go back and take a look. We did make a brief update or a quick little update to this. We've added in the avatars for the people who are checking into your venues. So when someone checks in, not only do I have their name that they checked in, and if they have made it public, the ability to reply to them on Twitter, but I also will have their avatar listed or included in my feed here instead of the default silhouette avatar. So helpful, certainly if you have the same people who are checking in very often. As you scroll through your Foursquare feed, it will be easy to identify people who are checking in very often just by seeing those same avatars pop up frequently. Obviously, you can get that sort of data in Evaluate as well if you want to see the actual people who are checking in most often. But being able to see it here and listen, where you have that Engage functionality to reply to them directly on Twitter, is a very powerful tool as well. Obviously, the people who are checking in most often are the people who are some of your biggest supporters for your brand, and those are obviously the people that you're going to want to engage with as much as possible. So seeing that quickly, not just having to recognize names, but being able to recognize those images as you scroll through the feed is a very handy thing as well, and that is live for all accounts at this point. And then the next thing I want to go through before I turn it over to Jenny is our email a post functionality that we'll be launching shortly today. If I switch back into our application, I'm going to go ahead and look at one of our beta apps and take a look at a post on Twitter, for example. So I've got posts here on Twitter. I'm going to click on Engage, and you'll see that I have a new engagement type, and that is email. So if I click on email, I can put in a list of recipients who I want to send them to, and then I can put in a subject line for the email. Oops. And then I'll see the actual message that's going to be included. So we're going to include that tweet with who tweeted it, and then we'll also include a permalink to the post on Twitter, so that whoever you send it to is able to find that post and view it, regardless of whether they have an Engage121 login or not. We're going to take them to that platform where they can view it natively and interact with it, or just to be able to have it as something to view. But this was something that was requested specifically by a client of ours. They wanted to be able to share things that they were monitoring and engage with stakeholders who do not use social media directly or do not use Engage121 directly. So they wanted to have the tools for being able to share that content more quickly and easily than building a report, for example, to be able to just shoot it off. So that will be turned on for all accounts shortly, and it does go into the queue, so you'll see it in your planner until the email has been completed, till it's been sent out. but that'll go through and be sent off to whoever you chose to share it with. So at this point, I am going to shut up for a moment and pass everything over to Jenny so that she can walk through our social flow trial results.
No, I'll put it on. Sorry. Hey guys, thanks for joining us today. I'm really excited to go over the results from our 90-day trial of social flow. I'm sure that you were aware that we integrated social flow with our platform, and then we gave it for free to all of our clients for a 3-month trial period to show them the power of social media optimization. Our sample size was 8,200 tweets. That includes tweets that were sent through Engage with being optimized and without being optimized. That is a total number. And out of these tweets, we were getting 11 retweets per every 100 tweets that were posted or sent. Once we started integrating social flow, that rose to 150 retweets for every 100 tweets that were sent out. The average increase overall for all of our clients, which was over 50 who took part in the trial, their retweets rose by 944%, which is a really big number. And again, that goes back to that 8,000 tweet sample size, but it's very impressive. And for those of you that might not be as familiar still with social flow determines the best time for you to send your tweet, thinking in about a few factors: when your audience is most engaged, what the trending topics are in relation to the tweet you're sending, as well as some other factors with their mathematical algorithm. So it's very interesting. This trial that we did proves that it works, and I know for me, using it for Engage, it really takes out a lot of time for having to think what resonates well with your audience at what time of day, what day of the week, and what kind of content for that time of day. So along with that, we will be having our second webinar. I did a webinar with them at the beginning of the trial talking about how to optimize your content for social media. This time we're going to be talking about the timing, specifically about social media optimization. And the really exciting part is that the head of research and development at Social Flow is going to join Megan and I on this webinar to talk about how data factors into their algorithm and how they can actually determine the best time to send your tweet. So I would love for you all to join us. It's on September 13th at 2 p.m. Eastern. There is a link if you go to the Engage121 Facebook page and click on the Events tab right below our timeline photo, and it will take you right to where you can register for the GoToMeeting invitation. You can also email me or tweet me at Engage121, and I will gladly send you the link. And feel free to share it with anybody on your team or any of your friends. I think it's going to be a webinar that you don't want to miss for sure.
All right, great. So everyone, thank you for joining us for this week's product update. Everyone have a safe and wonderful holiday weekend, and we will see you back here next week with a lot of new exciting features that are coming. So again, thank you all for joining us. If you do have questions or other things that you'd like to see us cover in future webinars, please do let us know. Again, you can tweet us at Engage121, find us on Facebook, or you can always email support@engage121.com and let us know what you think, what you'd like to see covered. Thank you all again, and have a great weekend.